Good morning, everyone. So, this is the second part of the pre-market analysis for the week, and I continue with the analysis with couple of pairs. The first pair is GBP card. First pair on my list is GBP card. So, yeah, on GBP card, I have my monthly upper zone here, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone. And on GBP card, we are looking at an uptrend. You are looking at an uptrend. So as you go to the lower time frames, you'll be looking for buying opportunities all the way to the monthly zone here. Buying opportunities all the way up. Buying opportunities all the way up. So yeah, you'll be looking for buying opportunities all the way up. So let's go to the lower time frames and see how we'll be picking the entry on GBP card. So on GBP card, I have my monthly upper zone and my monthly on GBP card I have my weekly upper zone and my weekly midway zone. And on the weekly time frame you could see price in an uptrend just like we saw on the monthly. So here we have a higher low, higher high, equal low, equal high, a lower low, then a new lower high, and we are seeing a lower low. So what we should be looking for is price moving to the upside, creating a new high. Price moving to the upside, creating a new high. So on GAP card, price has completed the lower low. So on the weekly time frame, so we are looking for buying opportunities at this monthly zone all the way up. So let's go to the daily time frame and then to the 4 hour time frame and see how we pick an entry on GBP card. So here on the daily time frame, I have my daily upper zone here. And on the daily time frame, I can see price forming a series of lower lows. So if price is forming a series of lower, that means you are in a bearish market. So if you're in a bearish market, you should be looking for selling opportunities. But from the monthly time frame, you are looking for buying opportunity. So what you'll be doing is you you look you wait for price to change structure from the bearish market to a bullish market before we look for buying opportunity. So the only way price can change structure and give us that bearish market, bullish market, is if price is able to break out of this daily zone, touches the weekly zone, then we see a retest at this daily zone before we pick the buy all the way to the next weekly zone. So the only way we can get a buying market on GBP card or expect to take buys on GBP card is if price breaks the daily zone touching the weekly zone. If price breaks the daily zone, comes back for a retest, then we look for buying opportunities all the way to the upside on GBP card. So let's go to the 4 hour and prepare for that entry. So here on the 4 hour, this is how we'll be picking the first entry on GBP card. So like this, we just have to wait for price to break structure, price to break out of the daily zone. Then we wait for a retest before we buy all the way to the upside. Before we buy all the way to the upside. Why we are waiting for the retest is because of this daily zone. That was a very strong demand zone, but price was able to break it to the downside, and we are seeing a bullish market structure forming on the 4 hour. But you wait for it to break a retest before we buy all the way to the upside on GBP card. That's it on GBP card. So on to the next pair. On to the next pair. So the next pair on the list is Euro card. The next pair on the list is Euro card. The next pair on the list is Euro card. So on Euro card, so the next pair on the list is Euro card. So on Euro card, um, I have my monthly upper zone, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone on Euro card. And on Euro card, we are seeing a bullish market. On Euro card, we are seeing a bullish market. But even though we are seeing a bullish market on Euro card, you can see that price has tapped into the monthly resistance zone. Price is has tapped into this monthly resistance zone. And if you watch closely, anytime price taps into the monthly resistance, we see selling pressure. So are we going to see the same selling pressure again on the monthly time frame? We don't know yet, but we have to wait, do a top-down analysis and find out if we are going to get the same selling pressure again on a same selling pressure again on GBP card. Okay, so yeah, so let's as we go to the lower time frames, let's find out if you get the selling pressure we are expecting on Euro card. Let's see if you be. But on the monthly time frame, since we are in a bullish market, we are looking for buying opportunities. We are looking for buying opportunity on Euro card because we are in a bullish market. We are looking for buying opportunity. So let's go to the lower time frame and see how we pick the buying opportunities on Euro card. But first, let's go to the weekly time frame and see what the weekly structure, the weekly market is telling us. The weekly time frame is telling us. Then we move on to the lower time frames and prepare for a buy on Euro card. So on Euro card on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly upper zone, my weekly midway zone, and my weekly lower zone. My weekly upper zone, my weekly midway, and my weekly lower zone. And on the weekly time frame, just like we said, the monthly, we are in a bullish market. And you can see price first went to tap into the zone, drop for a retest. We are seeing another tap. We are seeing some selling pressure. So will price be able to break out of the weekly zone, or will price drop from here all the way to the downside? Let's go to the lower time frames and find out on Euro card. So here on the daily time frame, you are seeing a double top at this zone, a double top, first touch, second touch, and so will price drop or break out of that zone? We don't know yet, but as let's go to the 4 hour time frame and see what we can get there and decide whether we'll be buying Euro card or not. Okay, so here on the 4 hour time frame on Euro card, we'll be looking for buying opportunity because of how price has reacted to here. We are seeing a very nice buying market, a break to the upside, higher high, and we are seeing a higher low. So we should be expecting more buying pressure on Euro card. So on Euro card, what we are just waiting for is price to drop to this zone, price to really tap into the zone and give a candle confirmation before we take the buy all the way to the outside. So on Euro card, we are just waiting for a candle confirmation before we take the buy all the way to the upside. A candle confirmation before we take the buy all the way to the upside on Euro card. Okay, so that's it on Euro card. this, then we pick our buy from here, then we target this zone and see how it will play out. How it will play out. Okay, so this is it on EuroCard. So the next pair on the list is AUD card. The next pair on the list is AUD card. Check is kind of slow this morning. Let's see. Okay, so on EuroCard, I have my monthly upper zone, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone on EuroCard. And on EuroCard, we are seeing a bullish market, even though it's not a complete bullish market, but it's still a bullish market because whenever price taps into this zone, we see buying pressure all the way up. We see buying pressure. So price has tapped into it, and we are already seeing the buying pressure coming in from here. So will price be able to go to the upside or break, retest and drop to the downside? Let's go to the lower time frames and find out what EuroCard will be doing. Let's go to the lower time frame and find out what EuroCard will be doing. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, yeah, it's confirmed. On the weekly time frame, we are seeing a bullish market. So on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly upper zone and my weekly lower zone here on EuroCard. And if you watch closely, price is definitely buying. Price is definitely buying. So if you watch, anytime price taps into this particular zone, there is enough buying pressure pushing the market all the way to the upside. And price has tapped into that particular zone again, and we are seeing the buying pressure on EuroCard. So as we go to the lower time frame, we are going to be looking for buying opportunities on EuroCard. So yeah, let's go to the lower time frames and see how we'll be picking the entry on EuroCard. So like I said, on the weekly time frame, we are looking at a buying market. So price has tapped into the zone. We can see very beautiful bullish engulfing forming at this zone. A very nice bullish engulfing. We are seeing the buying pressure already. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and prepare for an entry on EuroCard all the way to the upside. All the way to the upside. So yeah, here we are on the 4-hour time frame and looking at EuroCard. First, it went all the way up, broke out of the zone, came back for retest, and you are seeing the buying pressure going up. But because of how the candles form here, we can get another possible retest before the buy all the way up. So if we get the retest, then we look for buying opportunities on EuroCard. If we don't, then we let it go. So this setup is also, we are also anticipating something like this. If we get the trade, we'll pick it. If not, we just let it go on EuroCard. So if you haven't joined the Telegram channel, the link will be in the description. If any of these setups is ready, I'll drop them in the group for all of us to take. So if you haven't joined, do so now. So yeah, that's it on AUD card, and the next pair on the list is NZD card. The next pair is NZD card. Okay, so let's do it on. Let's start the analysis on the monthly time frame on NZD card. So on NZD card on the monthly time frame, I have my monthly upper zone, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone. And as if you watch closely on NZD card, price has been ranging in this zone. Okay, it's not yet ranging, so let's not say it's ranging. So we are seeing a bullish market on NZD card. So like we said on the other pairs, we are seeing a bullish market also on NZD card. So on NZD card, if you watch this particular zone, price has been that zone has been a very strong buying zone. Whenever price taps into that zone, we are seeing a bullish market. So once again, we are expecting another bullish market on NZD card. We are expecting another buying pressure on NZD card. So let's go to the lower time frames and see how we pick an entry on NZD card. But first, let's go to the weekly and see what we'll be anticipating on NZD card. So on NZD card, I have my weekly upper zone here and my weekly lower zone. My weekly upper zone and my weekly lower zone. And on the weekly time frame, we are seeing buying pressure coming out from this zone all the way going to the upside. So let's look for buying opportunities on NZD card all the way to the upside, all the way to the upside. So let's go to the daily and see what you can get there. And on the daily time frame, I have my daily lower zone here. You could see as price tap into it, we got a very beautiful morning star and we are seeing a bullish market. So are you going to see the bullish market continuing and a retest before we buy, or how it is price? Is price going to drop from here because of this zone? We don't know. But let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see how we pick the entry on NZD card. On NZD card. So yeah, here we are on the 4-hour time frame and we can see a very beautiful bullish market. So on NZD card, I'm just what you are looking for. You are looking at a bullish market, so you should be looking for buying opportunities. So what you can wait for is price to move a bit up to the upside, tapping into this zone, then it will drop, giving us a retest. Then we look for candle, wait for candle confirmation and buy all the way to the upside on NZD card. So we wait for a push, a little buy to the outside, tap into the 4-hour zone, a drop to the breakout zone, and look for buying opportunities all the way to the upside. So this will be our setup on NZD card. This will be the setup on NZD card. So once again, if you haven't joined the Telegram channel, join now. If you haven't joined the Telegram channel, join now. The link will be in the description. The link will be in the description. If you haven't joined, do so now. Okay. So yeah, I have one more pair, which is the last pair on the list, and the last pair on my list is BTC USD. BTC USD. And for this couple of months, we've really catch some nice moves on BTC, which has gone well for us. So if you haven't joined the Telegram channel, do so now. If you want to catch this couple of tips, we also do here. BTC USD. So on BTC USD, I have my monthly upper zone, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone on BTC USD. on BTC USD. So on BTC USD, I'm looking at an uptrend. High, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We are seeing a higher low. So since the higher low is completed, let's look for buying opportunities all the way to the previous high and anticipate a breakout or a retest, a boom, sorry, a breakout or a drop, a breakout or a drop. But since price hasn't tapped into that zone yet, let's look for opportunities to buy all the way to that zone. Let's go to the weekly and find and see what price is doing over there. So on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly upper zone and weekly lower zone. And on the weekly time frame, can see price is bullish like we talked about on the monthly. The retest is completed, it seems completed and price is buying. So let's see if we look for buying opportunities on BTC all the way to the upside. But if you watch closely on the weekly time frame, we are seeing a bearish structure. Price has broken structure. So an equal high, a high, a low, an equal high, then a breakout of this lower, this zone. We are seeing price over here. So will price go and tap into this zone and drop, or will price just break out and tap into this zone? We don't know yet, but let's look for opportunities all the way tapping into this zone. That will be what you'll be looking for. So let's go to the daily and see. So on the daily time frame, I have my daily upper zone, my daily lower zone. So on the daily, you could see anytime price taps into this zone, it drops to the downside, and anytime price taps into this zone, it goes to the upside. So which is telling us that BTC USD is ranging over here. BTC USD is ranging over here. So what you can do best is, since we've seen that price is going for a retest, it's going for a possible retest on the weekly time frame and it's ranging on the daily time frame. Then what you can also do is wait for a breakout on the daily and expect something natural on the weekly. But before we do that, let's go to the 4 hour and see how we can pick the entry on BTC USD. So since price is ranging on the daily, you know that price would definitely go and tap into this daily zone. And if it's ready to break, then we see a break to the upside and a continuous pattern like this. But since price hasn't done that yet, what you can anticipate on BTC USD is a possible pullback into the breakout zone. They will look for buying opportunities all the way to the weekly high. So when we pick our entry on here, over here on BTC, and we target the weekly high, our first take profit will be here. Our first take profit will be at this zone. Then our second take profit will be at the weekly high. So if price comes into this zone and sees sell pressure and starts to drop, we will know where to exit or whether to exit or stay in the market. That's why we'll be taking on first take profit over here because of this zone, this daily zone, which is a very strong resistance zone. So this will be the setup on BTC USD. We wait for price to come back for a retest, give us a candle confirmation, then we buy all the way to the upside. Our first target will be here and our second target will be at the weekly resistance zone. So yeah, that'll be all on for this will be the complete video on today's pre-market analysis, and we've analyzed about 8 pairs. So if you want the complete recording, you can check out my YouTube channel. The rest of the video will be there. And if you are watching it from TikTok, you can also click on my bio. The link to my YouTube channel will be there, and you watch the full video or the full recording on today's this week's pre-market analysis. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, support my channel by subscribing. Click on the like button, comment something nice, and share with your family and friends. And if you have also not joined my Telegram channel, do so now. The link will be in the description. The link will be in the description for you to join. So if you haven't joined, you can do so now. And if you want to contact me, have access to my uh, mentorship class or my private signal group, you can also get my WhatsApp contact in the description, and you can contact me directly, and I'll take you through how things are done and you see the way forward. So that'll be all for this week on for this video on the pre-market analysis. As the weeks go by, when I see more trade setups, I'll do a recording about it, and you all see how we pick the entry on those pairs. But for now, let's watch out for the pairs, analyze and see how it will play out throughout the week. So yeah, that'll be all for today's video, and peace. I'm out.